Who's the best team in the WNBA? It's the Las Vegas Aces if you go by record, but it's the Liberty if you live by the phrase, you're only good as your last game. So let's talk to New York Post sports host Dexter Henry, because my man was courtside taking pictures with the singer, her. I mean, what's going on, my man? It's our first time hopping on together like this with me on this side, you on that side.
Yeah, man. It's good to be on this side. You know, sometimes I'm on the other side, but it was good. But the Barclays was rocking last night, man. Okay. It was really fun, great atmosphere. They had a record crowd of 11,165 people. So good vibes, man. Got to see some stars out there, too. Good vibes.
All right, we got to see some stars. We got to see some good basketball. We're talking about two of the top teams in the WNBA. They faced off a couple times this year. So how was this game different from the others? And what did the Liberty put on tape last night in terms of a statement win like that?
Yeah, this was the fifth meeting between the teams. Obviously, the Liberty now have won 3 out of the 5 meetings. They won the Commissioner's Cup. The 4 regular season meetings, they split 2-2. And I think you ask about what the Liberty put on tape, right, Brandon? I think what they put on tape for me is their ability to adjust and adjust defensively. You know, in each of these games, it's been a different game, a different vibe for each of the games that they've played. Sabrina Ionescu said that this series this year has been like a mini series for them within this season, so they can prepare themselves if they meet in the WNBA Finals. And I think the Liberty showed that they can be physical. They can turn up the defense on the perimeter when they need to. That was one of the concerns I think a lot of fans had about them heading into this matchup with the Aces as they will play. And they've shown, look, they can defend on the perimeter. They can be physical on the inside. They can win in a variety of ways. Jonquel Jones was in foul trouble. She only had 4 points. Breanna Stewart did not have her most efficient night, and they still found a way to win. And I think that's the biggest key for them, is showing that they can make the adjustments in the series and they can win in a variety of ways against the Aces.
Well, you mentioned the head-to-head matchup between these two teams, and this series didn't even start till June. And back in June, the Liberty, they didn't play together the way that they did last night. Stewie even said it post-game, like, we just hadn't built that chemistry yet. So in terms for this New York Liberty basketball team filled with all these stars, when did it start clicking for this squad?
I think it really started clicking for them towards the end of June. Once we saw Jonquel Jones getting a bit healthier, I think it started clicking for them there. I think also after that June matchup that you mentioned there, Brandon, against the Aces, where the Liberty got blown out in that one and didn't look so good, I think it was really a wake-up call for them there. You saw it's a lot of health, the cohesion offensively. I think that's been a bigger difference. And then also the commitment to defense. There's something Sandy Brondello has been preaching all season. Their commitment to defense, improving their defense on the perimeter. They definitely did that and stepped up. And they're a different team. It is night and day from where they were at the end of June. They were a good team then, with a thought that people thought that they might be able to challenge the Aces. But now they're playing like a great team. They're playing with a lot of confidence right now. They've won 4 in a row. They've won 10 out of their last 11 games. They're hot right now. They're looking like a true contender to win the WNBA championship. And I think there's no reason, if you're the Liberty right now, you don't think that you could not do that and not raise the trophy in October.
2 things I'm taking away from that is how you said they went from good to great and how they're hot. It's all about momentum, catching on at the right time. And they've caught on, but they're still 1.5 games behind the Aces for the top playoff seeding and record-wise. I ask everybody who comes on to talk about the W, who is the best team in the WNBA right now?
So I like what you said at the top, Brandon, right? Because there's so many ways you can look at it. You can look at it whether it's you are what your record is. If you look at the record for the Aces, they are 30-6 right now. #1 team in the WNBA. The Liberty, they're a game and a half behind them, top seed in the Eastern Conference right now. I have to look at it. I like looking at record, but I'm also a little bit leaning into, well, what have you done in these head-to-head matchups? And right now, 3 out of 5, the edge goes to the Liberty. I think the Liberty look like the more confident team. I also think the injury to Candace Parker for the Aces hurts them a little bit. It doesn't mean I think the Aces are good. They are still the defending champions, and I still think they're champions until somebody knocks them off. So I'm still going to say that the Aces are the best team because they are the champions, because they're record. But the gap between them and the Liberty, it was maybe like this, as putting my hands up, at the start of the season. I think it's a lot closer to this. And when you get to the WNBA Finals, if those teams play, it could be a toss-up series. It really could be a toss-up series. And like I said before, the Liberty have all the confidence right now they could win. You could see it in this team. You could hear it in the ladies, them talking after the post game. I was there for the press conference last night. They're confident, but the other thing too, Brandon, is I don't think they're looking too far ahead. I think they know there still is work to be done. There's still 6 games left in the regular season for them. They can still get the top spot overall in the playoffs, and they know they're also going to have to go through the playoffs if they are going to see the Aces again. So I think they're very focused on what they have to do, but they're not shook at the Aces. There's no shook ones here. They definitely think they can win.
Yeah, when you have that momentum, you're playing with that confidence, you have that tunnel vision. It is that one game at a time mentality. That's the championship mentality. That's Mamba mentality right there. Dexter,
there you go.
Appreciate you hopping on with us, man.
Anytime, man. Always good to talk to you.